The pads aren't on yet, but how pleased have you been with the effort?
The effort's been good. Obviously, it's never going to be as good as you want it to be, but the great thing is to watch guys be able to line up, understand what they're supposed to do, and like the first day was outstanding. We only had one mental error, and a lot of guys, young guys, had a lot of reps.
You've got so much more depth than maybe you had when you first got here. How much easier does that make the job for you and then some of the older guys, just to see, just to maybe get some of those mental reps watching some of the younger guys go through the things?
I don't know if the job gets any easier for me, but from a standpoint of having great competition, which is the last great motivator, I always said that as a coach, it's outstanding, because now it's not, you got one guy trying to beat another guy out, and you're just trying to get everybody is trying to earn the reps, earn the right to be on the field, and they have a great attitude about it, and they actually want the other guy to know what he's supposed to do, because they want to beat him, square up, and that's great, man. The competition has been outstanding.
Talk about some of those guys that are competing at that star position.
Star, nickel?
Yeah, the nickel.
Okay. Right now it's Rashawn Golden, Devon Swafford, and Cam Sutton. Okay, those three guys have been taking the reps. They'll continue to take all the reps this spring, and from that we're going to take the guy that's the most consistent, and the guy that makes the most plays. It's obviously last year it proved that when our nickel's really good, we have a chance of playing really good on defense. So it's an important position for us. So those three guys will be competing.
For you to give Cam a look there, you must feel a lot better about the cornerback position to trust those outside guys.
Well, again, I just want to give Cam the opportunity because, one, he's one of our best playmakers, and two, he likes it. He wants to do it, and that's also encouraging as a staff. And the more that we guys can play multiple positions, especially the corners, the better we're going to be on defense. So that doesn't say that Rashawn, we don't have confidence in him, because he's really doing well. So, but again, you never know too. Somebody can get hurt, and we just want to make sure we're going to be ready for that situation.
Can you speak on Rashawn, Evan, and the TK guys that all saw action last year, but should probably see more this coming year?
Well, again, we're starting this in the spring. They're going to get the most reps. The guys you just mentioned. We're going to limit the reps of Brian Randolph and Ladero McNeil, and not that they don't need it, but we want to see what Todd does with the first group, and we also want to see what Evan can do with the first group, and give Stephen Griffin the opportunity too to get some reps. We want to see what he can do, and then also Lehman Johnson. So again, we're trying to find some other guys and develop some depth, and we got the luxury of doing that at safety right now. And then you take Rashawn now, we only have 4 corners really in spring right now. So he's getting plenty of opportunity to play the nickel position and also the corner position. So I would say by the end of spring we'll have a pretty good idea of what we're going to do.
What would the adjustments be like for Cam moving, if you were to move from outside to inside, from corner to nickel? What's kind of different for him playing?
Well, again, the run game becomes a lot quicker. He's closer to the ball. He's playing against the slot receiver, and a lot of times in most offenses, the slot receiver is the best receiver, the guy that's moving around and got tremendous speed, and that's a good matchup for him. He's used to it. Just him there the first 2 days, being around our defense. He's a smart player. He's got savvy. He's got great instincts. Like I said to you, there wasn't many mental mistakes. He feels very comfortable. And again, that only is going to help us on defense.
The idea to put him at nickel, or just try him out there, was that something that you broached to him, or how did it come about? Just the idea.
Again, it was something that we wanted to look at our best player, one of our best players, play the nickel position. I mean, that's only natural for us to think that way. We felt the same way about Justin. Again, when you got a nickel that can shut down the middle of the field in a passing situation, you're just you're giving yourself an opportunity on defense to do more, and the matchups are a lot easier too. You're training that guy to be able to play outside and also inside, so that's perfect for us. there's a lot of offenses that will move around their best receiver from the outside to the inside. It makes it very natural for us to, you know, it was natural for Justin to do that. He can play outside, he can play inside, so we can match up how we want to.
How much of the time last year was Cam not on the best receiver? And is that was the percentage so far off from where you wanted to, that the teams would have their best receivers in the slot, and that was even more of an encouragement?
It really didn't become an issue because we would at times match up how we wanted to match up,
right.
you know, and we felt good about you know, the progress that Emmanuel Mosley was making, you know, as the season was going on, where we felt comfortable. It didn't really matter who we were lining up against. So that only gave us a bunch of confidence as a coaching staff to not worry about, okay, let's make sure he's got him. But we would do it at times. But again, like I'm saying to you, the more he gets the reps, the more comfortable he feels, the more comfortable we'll feel about doing it more. And I'm doing the same thing with Rashawn and him playing corner. You know, he's getting the reps at corner and nickel.
How likely is it? You've been a coach for a while and seen what a defense can look like with experienced safeties or inexperienced safeties, and going into a season with, I think, a pair of safeties who have gotten about 70 career starts, 400 plus career tackles. How much can that put things at ease on the back end, knowing, okay, we can try some things. We've got some set quality back there that we can kind of build around.
It's what it does. It helps your entire football team. You know, those guys are like coaches now, and so when something is being said or something that's, you know, being coached up, they're actually beating me to it. You know, so from a leadership standpoint, it's unbelievable. It really is. That's what it does, and that's where I'm talking about that competition. And you never can get enough of experience, and they've got that. You know, so they've got great leadership qualities, and they're like coaches on the field, and you have to be that way to play defense now. As fast as the offenses are, you have to be really smart at processing stuff, and that's where you get the advantage of having guys like Brian, Jalen Reeves-Maven, who make the calls, you know, and Ladero.
Do you have any safeties who could, in theory, get some shot at nickel, or does that need to be a corner with what y'all do?
For right now, you know, it doesn't have to be a corner. It has to be somebody that's got cover skills along with the physicality. You know, so right now those are the guys that we're concentrating on, and we feel good about those guys right now. And plus, we have 3 guys that are not here. That 2 out of the 3 will also have the ability to play nickel. So that's the exciting part. All 3 of them have the ability, but we're going to concentrate on 2 of the 3 of doing it.
You talk about got some bigger guys. Rashawn's a bigger corner. Justin Martin, when he gets here, likely a bigger corner. How much has that changed since you got here? Just getting some guys that are a little bigger in that position.
Got to have guys that are long. Emmanuel's long arms, tall. He made some plays last year that strictly from his arm length and his speed that he made plays. That somebody that was smaller, shorter arms doesn't make the plays. So that's a big part of it. That's, you know, recruiting is always going to be. At the end of the day, it's about players, and he did a nice job in doing that. But you look at all the guys now: Rashawn, Cam's long, Emmanuel, you know, and we recruited obviously Justin Martin and Micah Abernathy and long guys that can run. You have to do that to be able to match up on these receivers that are tall. And,
is this the most excited you've been? With your group, with the amount of guys you got coming in?
It's. Again, I love it because of the competition. I love that I've got a room now that likes to compete, and they want to beat each other out, but also they're great teammates, and they're not selfish. That's what's fun about it, and they like to work and like to push each other.
2 more guys.
Stephen Griffin. Say it again.
What have you seen early on from Stephen Griffin?
Tall, long, athletic, and can run. I don't know how he's going to, you know, again, we thought he was a physical player when he played high school, so I'm looking forward to seeing him in pads and see how he's going to react to that. But first 2 days, he's been pretty good. Again, he's got a ways to go of understanding our style of play and running to the ball on every single play, but he's being conscious of it. But I got to look at this film, but the first day, you know, he didn't have any mental errors, and he got every rep, so it's impressive too.
With the off-season workouts, you guys delayed the start of spring practice. more strength and conditioning work. Do you see that with your group as well in terms of strength with your guys?
Yes, yes, you can see it. And all the guys, but particularly you look at a guy like Emmanuel Mosley, who's pound for pound is the strongest DB now. So one of the DBs that are, you know, that has really improved his strength since he's been here for a full year.
Thank you.
Well, you said the two